Eckhart Tolle is one of the most influential spiritual teachers of our time. He is the author of New York Times bestseller, The Power of Now, which has sold over 3 million copies worldwide. His simple explanations of the differences between the mind, the ego, our emotions, and our true self are what make his teachings so profound and powerful. In his late 20s, he went through a soul-crushing crisis which transformed his life forever. While suffering through deep depression, Eckhart tried to commit suicide. This dark period brought about powerful transformational life lessons, which he now teaches through his work. The key theme of Eckhart's teachings is transcending the ego-based self through presence. When we identify with the limiting thoughts of our mind, we become trapped inside our own heads. We halt our growth and lose all sense of beauty all around us in the present moment. Here are 5 things Eckhart Tolle said that will open your heart to the magic all around you. Number 1, realize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Eckhart reminds us here that there is no such thing as past or future, but only this powerful present moment. All moments happen in the now. The moments you may feel negatively about in the past are not happening now. Any moment that you might be stressing about happening in the future can also only happen in the now when that moment arrives. It won't be the future when it happens. It will be the now. Our thoughts can make us afraid of the future or resentful of the past, but our real power lies in the present moment. Living in the moment, or mindfulness, is being consciously attentive on the present moment. When you become mindful, you realize that you are not your thoughts. You become an observer of your thoughts without judging them, thus allowing you to enjoy life as it is happening. Realizing that the present moment is all you ever have will allow you to live life in much richer detail. Presence brings power. Number 2, life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. How do you know this is the experience you need? Because this is the experience you are having at this moment. Wow. This is so powerful. Imagine if everyone on this planet took this point of view. Whatever experience we go through can be seen as a burden or a blessing. Oftentimes it's easy to look back at difficult moments of our past and connect the dots, knowing now that although those moments were difficult, they actually took us away from a bad situation and toward a much better life. But being open to that, knowing in the moment, that takes real presence, real openness, and trust. Sometimes in life we get caught up playing the victim because it can seem as if life is out to get us. But when you understand that any experience you are having is for the purpose of your soul's growth, you become empowered. Number 3, what a liberation to realize the voice in my head is not who I am. Who am I then? The one who sees that. Unfortunately, most of the world are locked in a prison inside their own mind, a life sentence with the terrorist voices of their own mind. To escape these voices consistently is liberation, and the only way to do that is through repetitive practice to bring our mind back to the present. One of the greatest things we can learn on the spiritual path is that we are not our thoughts. Number 4, the primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. Often difficult situations we perceive to be in are made much worse by our tendency to label and judge it as good or bad, right or wrong. By remaining detached and being the observer, you can remove the suffering and instead practice acceptance. Eckhart reminds us that if we can accept each present moment as if we had chosen it, therein lies our freedom. Number 5. To end the misery that has afflicted the human condition for thousands of years, you have to start with yourself and take responsibility for your inner state at any given moment. That means now. By taking responsibility for your inner world, you take responsibility for your life. If you want to be happy, you must turn inward and not point the finger of blame outwards. Taking responsibility doesn't mean we let anyone off the hook for their wrongdoings. It doesn't mean those things didn't happen. What it does mean, though, is that you are the only one responsible for how you feel. Not what happened, but how you respond to what happens. And the only way to do that self-healing is in the present moment. Stop, breathe, and ask yourself, what problem do I have now in this moment? As the Master said, as soon as you honor the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and life begins to flow with a sense of joy and ease. When you act out the present moment awareness, whatever you do becomes imbued with a sense of quality, care, and love. Even the most simple action